Hi, second grade. All right, we are going to do worksheet 126, and these are prefixes: over, pre, and under. Okay, prefixes, don't forget, are always in the beginning, and we always box in prefixes or suffixes. Prefixes are always at the beginning of words. Okay, so I'll say the first word and go along and repeat after me. Predefine, oversee, preteen, underwater, underground, overlooking. Okay, so all of these have prefixes in them. Let's go ahead and do number one. Number one has the prefix pre. So you're just going to box that in, okay? And it is a long E sound, so you say pre. Okay, the next one is define, so pre-define. So this E is that schwa sound, right? It is not emphasized, and then long I, no E. Okay, so you remember if you have schwa, more likely than not, you separate that syllable right after that. So it's define. So if you wanted to look at this, vowel, consonant, vowel, it's define. This one is emphasized. So you're going to go separate. This side is emphasized. Predefine. This one is emphasized. Okay? All right, number two is oversee. Now this one's very interesting because the entire word over is 2 syllables, but you also have to know that it means something. That's why it's a prefix. Prefixes give you something to that next word. Pre means like beginning, like preschool is the beginning of your school, right? Oversee would be like you would oversee someone. So like my boss oversees what I do in my classes. Okay, so over, she's looking over me. So this entire thing, even though it's 2 syllables, is an entire prefix. Okay, if you wanted to code it, it would be a long O, and then you would separate after there, over. Okay, but you only need to do this. You just need to box it. Okay, and then EE is long, right? Okay, so if you want to code it, I wouldn't count you off, but again, you just have to know that's a prefix. Okay, number 3 is preteen. So again, this is an entire prefix. And then it looks like we have just a long E again. So you code those E's. All right, number 4 is underwater. This one, again, is an entire 2 syllables, under. So all you need to do is box it. Okay, if you really wanted to code it, it would go it'd be separated there, and then but again, all you need to do is just box it in, okay? And then water. This A is that ah sound, like like something's cute. That's how I taught it, right? So 2 dots for that cute little ah, wa, and then Okay, we do need to separate it. Let's see, vowel, consonant, vowel, water, right there, water. Number 5, underground. The entire under is boxed in. And then ow is the next thing. This OU is our diphthong. It dips down. Ow. Ground. Underground. Okay, and then number 6, overlooking. This one is really fun. It has a prefix, over. And then I'm going to skip to the end of the word. Does it have a suffix? Yes. So I'm going to box that one in, okay? So you only need to box in prefixes and suffixes. You just need to know how they sound. Over, look. So this is That's we underline the double O's, and it's short, so we go short above it. Okay? All right, we are going to go into 127 as well because there's more prefixes. Okay? So So this is prefixes dis, im, in, un. Okay. All right, so we're going to look at numbers 1 through 6, and I'll say, you say. Distrust, indirect, unscramble, unlisted, imperfect, dislike. So these prefixes have to do with kind of like the opposite. If I distrust someone, I don't trust them. If I was looking indirectly at someone, I'm not looking right at their eyes. Maybe I'm looking kind of like off to the side, but kind of in their direction. So I'm not looking directly at them. I'm looking kind of like not right at them. So all of these prefixes mean kind of like the opposite. Okay? All right, let's do number 1, distrust. Box it in. And then we have and that's it. Number 2, in is the prefix. Der. Okay, this one, if you remember, IR, is a combination. Indir, and then indirect. Indirect. Okay, this one we have to separate. So let's go vowel, consonant, vowel. And that's a consonant. Okay, so indirect. This one you cannot separate there because that is combined with the R. So you have to separate it after the R there. Indirect. Indirect. Great. Number 3 is unscramble. So we've got un. And then we've got a k sound, a. And then we have BLE, final stable syllable. So that one was fairly easy. We're done with that one. Unscramble. Okay. Number 4, unlisted. Un. And then I'm going to go to the very back side of the word. ED is a suffix. So I'm going to box that one in, right? List, that's our root word. Short I. Okay, I'm going to see if you can do number 5 and 6 by yourself. Go ahead and code those. All right, here's 5 and 6. Imperfect. Okay. 6 dislike. Okay.